Everybody, hello, and welcome into this first video of my tutorial series about Dwarf Fortress. The aim of these videos is going to be simply getting you started. I'm not going to be teaching you absolutely everything. I just want to get you on your feet and into playing this game. You're going to learn most about this game by playing, as I have for the last year and a half. Everybody that I talk to about the game always says to me, "Oh, I always wanted to play Dwarf Fortress. I've just never gotten over, say, the UI, which looks a little daunting right now, but it's pretty easy to figure out, and also the graphics, which if you've got a graphics pack loaded like I do here, you can make out everything that's going on around you without having to dive deeper into it." Now, the first thing that we're going to have to do is download the game, and there's also something special you need to know about that as well. So let's dive in and let's get the game. Dwarf Fortress is a very deep colony management simulation. It's made by two brothers, Tarn and Zach Adams, from Bay 12 Games. You can download the game, the base game, from bay12games.com. I'm going to tell you, don't download the game from here. Go to bay12games.com to support them with a bit of money that you can kick up to them with Patreon or just one-time donations. That's a great thing to do because otherwise the game is totally free, and it's a free game that you're going to get hundreds of hours of enjoyment out of. I know I have. However, like I said, you're not going to download the game here. You're going to follow the link that I've put in the description to get the Perry Dex's Errant starter pack. The starter pack is going to allow you to adjust settings in the game that you wouldn't be able to do with the base game. It makes things a lot easier, especially for new players, to choose features and quality of life improvements that'll make the game a lot more playable. So go to this page. You're going to be downloading the starter pack for an older version of the game. I chose to do that because all of the features in the starter pack they're going to work with the older version. They're updating the game constantly, and some of the features won't work for a time. So this is an older version of the game. It's a great way to start learning. So click download and then unzip the file that you've downloaded. Okay, so at this point you've downloaded the file, you've unzipped the starter pack, and this is what it looks like. This is the Lazy Noob pack. I'm just going to call it the starter pack. There's a whole bunch of different adjustments that you can make in the game here. I'm not going to cover those yet. The more you learn about the game, the more you'll figure out which of these you want to change. I'm not going to change any except for aquifers. I'm going to select no. Just click on that to make sure it says no. Aquifer is a layer of wet earth. If you hit an aquifer level, it just creates a lot of problems that you're not ready to deal with as a beginning player. Even me, played a year and a half, I still don't know what to do with them. So just make sure they're off. Then the graphics, it should already be this way, but it should be on Phoebus 16. This is the graphics pack that I'm going to use and I've always used. It's a great place to start. You can try out any one that you want, but it should be on that one. Don't change it if you don't want to. Finally, go to the last tab, DF Hack, and make sure that DF Hack is on. DF Hack is a bunch of quality of life, not improvements, but tweaks that will make things easier for you. So make sure DF Hack is on and click automatic job assignments so that it's green. The name is self-explanatory, and click multi-level view. When you're going through the Z levels of the game, you're just going to be able to see more. It looks a lot better. With all of that out of the way, we're going to hit play Dwarf Fortress. Okay, here we are on the opening menu of Dwarf Fortress. You'll notice there's no option to start playing. That's because the first thing we need to do is create a world. The importance of which is what makes Dwarf Fortress so special and different. The more you play, the more you're going to appreciate what this all means. So without any further ado, let's just click Create New World. And here we are. We're going to choose the parameters of our new world. When you press Y to get started, it's going to start making the world that you're going to play in. Just to make it easier on yourself, for your first time playing and on your computer. The process of making a new world can be pretty taxing on your computer. Let's do this. I'm going to peruse this menu just with the up and down and left and right keys. I'm going to select a world size that is small. I'm going to select history that is short. Civilizations low. I don't want the map to be too crowded. Maximum number of sites. These are towns and fortresses. I want that to be low as well. I don't want too many neighbors. Beasts. To keep things interesting, I want to keep it medium. Natural savagery. Go very low for your first time. Natural savagery is whether or not your world is naturally threatening, if there are calamities that are going to befall your fortress. And mineral occurrence. These are the minerals that you're going to use to make things and sell those things. Go easy on yourself this first time and go everywhere. Now that you've got those things set, let's hit Y to go. Okay, I hope you didn't have to wait too long, but as for me, my world is finished. It's made. This is the Windy Dimension, as you can see here. These are the procedurally generated names that it creates. You can take a quick look around with the arrow keys. You can see this yellow cursor here moving around while I do so, and you can check out at least the names of the places that you're seeing. This will allow you to get used to these symbols here all around that make up the land that you've just created. We're not going to cover that now. You can get a hang of that on your own time yourself. So this world seems fine to me. Let's get on with choosing the place in this world that you're going to start your fortress. So that means I'm going to press Enter to accept the world and get on with it. After the world has been created and we've accepted it, we get thrown back to the main menu of the game, where now we have the option to start playing. So I'm going to hit Enter and let's go. We have to choose which play mode we're going to do. There's Dwarf Fortress, Adventurer, and Legends. We are going to choose Dwarf Fortress, of course. Adventurer is going to give you a single hero, or you can create, in the latest version, a team of heroes, and you can go around the world that you've just created and get into different adventures. It's very fun, but it's not what we're covering today. Legends allows you to look at the history and the legends that make up the world that you've just created. But let's go back, Dwarf Fortress, and press Enter. All right, and now this has led us to the location choosing screen. Using the arrow keys up, down, left, and right, we are again moving this yellow cursor around these maps. We have the world map, the region map. They're essentially the same. It's just one's short and squat, one is stretched out. But this is the important part here. This is the local map. The black area is where our fortress is actually going to be. You can see it change as I move the cursor around the land. So I'm going to be looking for a place that you can see the features of the area that you're choosing right here. I'm going to be looking for a place that has woodland, or it at least has some trees. I'm going to be looking for a place with vegetation. These are plants that we can pick and cook with and eat. I'm going to be looking for things like clay and soil and metals and deep metals. These are all the things that you're going to look for. Don't be too picky. One of my little nitpicky things is I'm trying to find a place that's not near any other civilization. You can see here these yellow spots are elven retreats. So I'm going to try to find a place away from them, and I'm going to try to find a place also with a river that runs through it. So I'm going to look around. You can look around in your game as well. Try to find a place that is not too hostile to your dwarves, and then we can get started with actually embarking. So I'll check in with you when I've found the place that I like. Oh, another thing is, in the local map, you can move your embark zone around the local map with U, K, H, and M. It's like the up, down, left, and right. It's just one of those things about the UI that yeah, it's not very consistent with everything else. Okay, I think I found the place that I want to be. This is in a region just on the edge of the mountains called the Hill of Tunnels. It is a temperate grassland. The temperature is going to be good. There are some trees, and there's a moderate amount of vegetation. I've got sand, clay, soil. Soil is important because you're going to have to plant food to keep your dwarves alive and drunk, as you'll learn. There's metals at a lot of layers. As you can see here, I've positioned it in a place where I've got a bit of mountain. I can't really point it out. I've got differences in elevation. You can see that the triangles are mountains. The arches, the green arches there are the grassland. And I've also got a bit of a river running through it. We can use that river for a water source, and if there are fish, we can fish from it. So this is okay for me. So I'm going to hit E to embark. Let's go. All right, before you embark, you just have to choose, do you want to play now or prepare for your journey? You're going to select play now. Play now gives you 7 dwarves, it gives you a couple of animals, food, and tools to get started. Prepare for the journey carefully is if you're a lot more advanced in the game, and you can choose which dwarves go with you. You can choose which animals, which tools. Like, it allows you to personalize your embark. But for now, just choose play now and press enter. All right, after selecting play now, it shows you this flavor text. The flavor text is telling you what your story is so far. You and 7 dwarves have arrived at this outpost where you're going to build fame and a trade outpost for your mountain home, the civilization that you came from. The mountain home that we came from is called Estil Dumed. This is only important if the story that you're creating in Dwarf Fortress is important to you. The only thing that I'm looking at when I see this text is what is the name of my fortress that the game has given it. So the name of my fortress is Onamstinthad, Shimmer Theaters. So, Shimmer Theaters. Let's get started. And the game crashed. Okay, Shimmer Theaters is dead. Long live... Oh, I forget the name of this place now. It's not quite important. Anyways, here we are. We've started the game. Before you get started, I just want you to press the space bar to pause the game so you can keep all of your dwarves, you can see them here, in one place. Keep them safe. Now, I'm going to hit the tab button twice. That's going to get rid of this map, which is not, as far as I'm concerned, not very necessary. And then hit tab one more time to move the UI over here. So this is the I forget the name of the place. This is the brand new fortress that we're going to set up. I'm going to take a look around with the arrow keys while we are paused, just to see what's around us. Right now what I'm seeing is a lot of ground, like dense velvet grass. I'm seeing this brown circle is a tree trunk. I'm going to click on that. It's a pear tree, so we can either cut it down for wood, or we can let it stay there and send dwarves up the tree to go pick pears every now and then, which is what I might do, but I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. You can take a look around and see what is in your area. If you see something here that looks interesting, you can press the K button and then move your cursor to it to see what it is. I can see that these purple gems are rhodolite clusters. Over here, what do I have? Onyx opal. Okay, so this might be a very profitable fortress that we're starting. I think that's as far as I wanted to get us in this very first video. Okay, that's as much as I wanted to do for this first video. In the next video, we're going to be going further. We're going to actually start digging. We're going to chop down some trees to make furniture. We're going to pick some plants to have more food for our stockpile. I hope this was helpful for you, and yeah, hopefully see you in the next video.